everyone, it's G to B here and welcome to day 2 of our Pump Up Your Protein Challenge. Now today it's all about increasing your protein intake through making it tasty. I know, like, did the ball just drop there? Guys, if you don't make your food delicious, you're not gonna wanna eat it. So today is all about herbs, spices, marinades. I'm gonna share a marinade recipe. I'm also gonna share an easy, convenient, budget-friendly way to get tasty protein in as well today. Having ready-to-go sources of protein in your fridge is key to your success in getting that protein in. If you don't have it there, you're obviously not setting yourself up for success because your environment is not supporting you. So I kind of wanted to hide it. Ta-da! BBQ Rotisserie Chicken is my first go-to before we even get into herbs and spices and marinades. Yes, this is one I bought last night because I'm gonna have it in the fridge. It's actually what we're gonna be having for dinner, and easy 4 portions there. 2 breasts, 2 thighs, great go-to. Barbecue chicken's delicious, budget friendly, and especially if you're someone who's time poor, it can be a great go-to option so that you have something on the run. Now, word of advice, if you want to, I didn't get to do it last night, but I usually do, is take one of the breasts and just shred it as soon as you get home and put it into a separate container. That way you've got different ways to have this protein. You can have the shredded chicken in a delicious salad for lunch the next day, and perhaps just have a whole breast with some roasted veggies for dinner that night. So it's just finding different ways to appropriate the same protein in different ways. Okay, next one. Budget friendly, convenient, cans of tuna. I always have a ton of cans of tuna, tongue twister right there, in my pantry. But I also want to add flavor. I don't always want to just have tuna in spring water unless I'm dressing it with a delicious salad dressing. Sure, great way to save a few calories there. But if I want to just have, say, chili tuna, one of my favorites, puttanesca tuna with capers, olives. Now, Serena does happen to be my favorite brand, but really does not matter what brand you go for. It's just about finding delicious ways to get cans of tuna, flavored, lots of protein. You're gonna have also for a lower amount of calories. So in this is just about kilojoules. I always hate converting kilojoules to calories, but this is under 150. So it's about 120 calories for this can of tuna, but it is going to give you about 17 grams of protein. I usually do this with half a cup of basmati rice. I'll chop up some cucumbers, some tomatoes. I might even put a little dash of balsamic, and that is a go-to, easy, quick lunch option for me. So again, it's finding protein sources that are tasty, delicious, convenient, ones that you will actually eat. Which brings me now to marinades, herbs, and spices. Say goodbye to boring, bland, boiled chicken and broccoli today. That is your challenge before we even get into the small step challenge. So store-bought stuff is great, and don't be afraid to buy store-bought stuff. So one of my favorites is Nando's Peri Peri. Again, I look at the calories, I look at how much essentially it's going to be in sodium and sugar, and I try to find lower ones, but this is only 10 calories per 20 gram serve. A few of these is going to make my chicken sing. It's going to actually make me want to eat it. So that's one. I also love a good teriyaki. I love to put that on some fish, salmon in particular, but chicken, beef teriyaki, lots of added veg, great option to make that chicken, poultry, tofu, whatever choice of protein source you love, makes it delicious and tasty. But I'm also going to share you one of my marinades that I make, a honey soy version. Today I'm actually using tamari, so that is a gluten-free version of soy. You can just use soy. I am not gluten-free or celiac, but sometimes I have tamari as another option in the fridge. So today it is a 1/4 cup of tamari in here. And then I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. So this is more of an Asian inspired fusion flavor marinade. Great for stir fries. So we're gonna pour this out, and of course it's gonna take forever to pour. So while we pour, you can just smile along and watch me pour. But I love the smell of sesame oil, it's delicious. So 2 tablespoons. Remember, I'm going to be marinating a whole bunch of chicken, so don't be afraid of using fat. Ooh, nearly dropped that there. Don't be afraid of using fats, and definitely don't drop the sesame oil all over your kitchen floor. Not a good idea. All right, so I'm then gonna add honey. Now again, don't be afraid of adding flavor. It is all about your caloric intake. No food is bad or good, all foods fit. It's just finding what foods are in your budget for your calorie intake. But again, it's about making things flavorful so that you'll enjoy them, so that you'll actually want to make them, and making it delicious. So a tablespoon of honey goes in there. Okay, now here's a little hack. I don't know if you can get this locally or if you can find this in your spice aisles, but cold paste ginger, cold paste garlic. Yes, the ideal world is you will have time to grate ginger from scratch. You'll have time to mince your garlic cloves, but I always have these in the fridge or a jar of garlic minced in the pantry as a great go-to option when I don't have time. I certainly didn't have any ginger. So here are my 2 options. And again, it's all about setting yourself up for success. If that is something that's deterring you from using fresh ingredients, you have other go-to options. Just don't forget that. So here I'm using a teaspoon of garlic, which is roughly about, if you are using fresh garlic, it's about 1 to 2 cloves of garlic. And then I'm going to be using also a teaspoon of ginger. Sometimes I go a little bit more. I do love the ginger profile. It adds so much fragrance to the marinade. And if you need to, you might just have to use the other spoon to scoop it all out and then essentially mix it all together. That is it. Simple, few ingredients to make something so flavorful. Now, when I'm actually cooking, whatever source of protein I end up putting in here, today I'm gonna put chicken, because guess what? I have chicken. Whenever you cook the chicken or fish or beef or whatever you're gonna use, then I would absolutely just add salt and pepper upon cooking. That's when I would do that. But you don't need to necessarily add salt and pepper into the marinade, although you can. Whichever step of the process, I just simply prefer to pop it in when I am cooking, because there's obviously also some saltiness in here already. Okay, so that is now mixed through. You wanna just emulsify that. Try to be very careful because I'm wearing a white t-shirt and I don't want soy sauce all over me. Now, I'm gonna pop some chicken in there. Now, another hack, just to make protein successful, is I do tend to buy, if I'm making a stir fry, pre-cut chicken already. Makes my life easier because all I have to do is pop it in straight away. I don't have to sit here and cut each slice. And again, it's all about how I can make my life more convenient. Yes, it is a little bit more expensive, but if you can and you've got it in the grocery store, then that could make your life just a tad more easier. But you can also just cut plain chicken breast. I prefer chicken breast because I'm gonna get more bang for my buck when it comes for lower calories, higher protein. But chicken thigh also works. Again, if that means you're gonna eat a little bit more protein into your diet because you prefer chicken thigh, then go for it. Just maybe watch your portions, etc. And maybe trim off any excess fat that you can find as well. Okay, so just gonna mix this in. Now, handy that I had some chicken already, because this is gonna be my dinner for tomorrow night, because I've got my barbecue chicken for today. So I'm just gonna pop that all in. Now, when it comes to marinating, you wanna 10-15 minutes is plenty of time. So while you're chopping up your veggies to do your stir fry or your salad or something like that, you can easily just marinate. But if you've got more time, half an hour to 45 minutes to marinate is great. I'm actually marinating overnight because I have even more time. So that's another option for you right there. And again, just give it a good mix. This is 500 grams of chicken that is getting marinated, and I'm gonna cook this on its own. I like to cook protein options as their own sauce, not always with other things involved like stews and stir fries. I also often like to have components on their own because then I can again reappropriate the same type of protein into various sauces. So let me show you. When I have this tomorrow night, I might have it with a bowl of rice and some steamed greens, Asian greens, broccoli, bok choy, what have you. But the day after, I also, my full fridge, purchased like this Asian salad kit. So I can make this salad kit, but then use the Asian style flavor of the chicken for a great lunch option or another go-to option. So I'm giving you a few little meal prep tips as well to A, increase your protein, but also make your life easier. So that is now done. Give it a good mix. And all I'm gonna do is cover that and pop that in the fridge. And that is it. That is dinner done, prepped for tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna pop that to the side so you guys can see what we're going to here. So that was for the marinades. Now when it comes to herbs and spices, also another way of making your protein flavorsome and pack a punch. So just having a few little herbs and spices in your pantry stocked up is a great way to add more protein intake to your diet that is tasty. Dukkha is one of my favorites because it has this like Mediterranean seasoning. It's kind of made from like seeds because we're like probably, what is dukkha? But let's actually go through it. It has like cumin, cashew nuts, sesame seeds, sweet paprika, bell peppers, chili powder, lemon peel. You know, I'm not gonna make this from scratch. That's gonna take me forever. So buying a few little pre-made mixes like that, I sprinkle this on top of my salmon, I bake it in the oven, it is done, it is delicious, and served with some boiled potatoes and side salad, or my lemon dill potatoes if you've got my recipe book. Great sensational side. But again, things like this, barbecue rub, garlic and herb, just have a look at the ingredients. If you read all the ingredients, you'll see there's no added sugar. Sometimes there's a lot of fillers in different types of herbs and spice mixes. So just check and read your labels. Always good to be educated and know how to read your labels. We have za'atar, we have Mexican seasoning. The list goes on. You can go Greek, you can go Asian 5-spice. All you need to do is whatever protein source you choose, a little spray of olive oil, and cover that, bake, barbecue, grill, air fry, the world is your oyster. But if you do those things, you're actually gonna make your protein taste delicious. So what's the actual challenge for today? It is go and pick a herb mix or a marinade, make mine, choose a protein source of your choice and actually make your protein tasty. Pre-prep your components even for a couple of days so you have, for the next couple of days, some delicious protein that will go a long way in your delicious dinner and lunch meals. And of course, to keep you accountable, I want you to tell me in the comments below what herb or spice mix you made, what protein choice you used. You know what? Sharing is caring. Let's get everyone making their protein taste better. All right, if you also want to work out to my mini playlist, click it in the description below. And that is it for day 2. You guys are smashing it. Let's go. I'll see you for day 3 tomorrow. Bye for now.